Warning, UFO detected.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have seen, if you were familiar with that introduction, we, in our next series here, will be playing XCOM UFO Defense, also known as UFO Enemy Unknown, one of the very, very first tactical turn-based strategy games. XCOM came out in '94, the same year as Master of Magic, and it really started a whole new genre that didn't honestly receive many entrants until just a couple of years ago. I mean, you had XCOM, you had the sequel, Terror from the Deep, you had Jagged Alliance, the Jagged Alliance series, those were pretty good. But XCOM really kind of stood alone for a long time as a giant of this type of gameplay, where you have the open world at the start, and then you go into sequenced turn-based battles, the results of which carry on into the rest of the campaign. So in XCOM, you are defending the world against an alien invasion as a small secret agent force, essentially, supported by the governments or various shadow governments. And your job is to detect alien incursions, go and fight them, kill the aliens, steal their stuff, research it, and learn more until you eventually learn how to stop the alien invasion completely by attacking it at its source. But that's a long way down the road. The interesting things about XCOM, and the things that make it stand up as a strategy game even to this day, are, well, the almost, you might call, Soviet-esque approach to human life. In XCOM, people die. The aliens are dangerous, their weapons are powerful, their armor is tough, and their intelligence is actually relatively effective, especially considering how primitive the computers were that this program was written for in the 1990s. So you lose soldiers. You go into battles with a large squad, and you come out with a smaller squad, especially if you happen to be someone like me, who is not fantastic at the game. I'm pretty good. I've beaten the game a number of times, many times. But that does not mean that I'm, good enough to avoid casualties. There will be deaths. There will be plenty of deaths. So, in the interests of, furthering audience participation, I will be doing something that a lot of other XCOM Let's Players have done over the years, which is asking for volunteers to become soldiers. You can rename every soldier you hire in XCOM, and I will be giving my soldiers the name of, just a random soldier, the name of anyone who would like to sign up, and then that soldier will go into combat. And whether you do well or not will sort of be up to random chance, the aliens, and of course my own well-honed command skills. I will be playing on the very highest difficulty level, Superhuman. And to be honest, I might lose. I've beaten Superhuman before, a couple of times through. But on Superhuman difficulty, the aliens are outright better than the human-controlled troops. They have longer range, they have better accuracy, they have faster reflexes, and they're just generally superior, in addition to their, of course, superior technology. So there are going to be plenty of open slots all throughout the game for people to join me, and I would love for people to be signing up just to indulge themselves in the alien war. Rather than the original XCOM, I am playing Open XCOM, which is an open source project that basically took apart the source code of the original XCOM and rebuilt it in order to get you exactly the same experience, but without many of the bugs that plagued the original XCOM. If you play XCOM, you run into... There's a lot of bugs. Some of them are merely slightly annoying, some you may never even notice, and some can be completely game-breaking or game-changing. So I use OpenXCOM just to avoid those. It is exactly the same experience as far as I can tell, except that the AI to me seems smarter than it was in the original XCOM, and it makes the whole situation even worse. I've beaten OpenXCOM on Superhuman only once, so we'll see how it goes. But in any case, this video is just an introduction to let you know what's happening and what we'll be doing next, and to hopefully build interest for subscriptions. If you wanted to sign up to be part of the force, of course, I'd like it if you subscribe to the channel, but it's not necessary. Just leave a comment down below, and I will add your name to the list. If you want to use a name that is not your YouTube username, then tell me what name you would like. There is a character limit. I forget exactly how long it is, but it's not too terribly long. I think it's 10 characters, 10 or 12 characters, something like that. So if I have to truncate your name, I will, and I'll do that more or less at random. So, I'm really looking forward to this because UFO Defense is one of my favorite games of all time. Yes, it's very old. Yes, it looks like crap, but it is, strategically speaking, very, very deep. I actually like it better than the 2012 XCOM remake, to be honest. I've played them both, of course, and I think the remake loses a lot of the charm that the original had. It loses some of the feeling, because the thing that always brought me back to XCOM was that feeling that you were in, like, a horror movie or a war movie. You know, the scenes in every World War II movie ever where the ramps go down on the landing craft and the bullets start coming in and people are just dying left, right, and center. And you have to battle through that kind of opposition and win anyway. I thought XCOM 2012 kind of gave me a little bit more of an action movie hero feel. You know, you have this small squad of super badasses who are moving around, you know, just a couple of them cleaving through the alien hordes. Sometimes things go wrong and you lose your squad, but even then, it's just a few guys, and you can replace it very easily. In XCOM, soldiers are replaceable, but if you lose a mission, it's a very, very serious blow to your ability to proceed, because you can lose, you know, this game, you have to keep track of the airplanes, you have to arm your soldiers individually, everybody has an inventory you can fill up with items, you have to keep track of their weight. It's very, very complicated, and the strategy that it creates is very deep. So, we'll be starting this within the next few days as we finish Master of Magic, which should be wrapped up in the next episode or two. We only have a couple of opponents left, and I don't think they have much left with which to oppose us. So, after Master of Magic is done, we will be moving XCOM in, and we will see whether we can stop the alien invasion or whether we will be destroyed by the extraterrestrial menace. So thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'd love to have you. Keep an eye on this series if you're interested in seeing these old games played. And of course, leave a comment down below to tell me if you'd like to be a member of the squad. And we will, if you are a member of the squad, as always, I cannot promise that you will survive. In fact, I can almost promise you're going to die. But I will wish you good luck. So thank you all so much, and I will see